It's the book of Matthew, Matthew chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, and Yahushua went out. I'm going to read it in the NLT. Matthew 24 and verse 1, and it reads, subtitled, Yahushua foretells the future. Yahushua was leaving the temple grounds. The disciples pointed out to him the various temple buildings. Verse 2, but he responded, do you see all these buildings? I tell you the truth, they will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another. Verse 3, later Yahushua sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return and the end of the world? Verse 4, Yahushua told them, don't let anyone mislead you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many. Verse 6, and you will hear of wars and threats of war, but don't panic. Are we not hearing of wars and threats of wars? Second Ezra chapter 9 goes into of how we should measure the times. We measure the times of what's going on in the world with what's written in the scriptures. And that's how we know the end is nigh. But don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. It's an indicator, but the end is not yet. Like the beloved elder always says, we were pretty much waiting on one final prophecy, and they're doing things that let you know we're in that time. Pretty much doing away with the penny and the nickel. You got to think about this, how significant that is. That's not a little thing. That's not a light thing. You got to think about it. Your society revolves around. You go to the store and buy something for $2.86, and the tax is the 86 cent. You need a penny to pay that. And all it takes is a major event. All it takes is something. I mean, look at how easily these people were swayed with the whole jump shot. I was listening to a beloved brother that I followed for years, and he was going into how pretty much, I think it's OIOBNT. With spiritual, I'm at my job sitting in the parking lot doing his lesson. It's an Edomite about to go in the trash can. Yeah, Oscar the motherfucking grouch. He out here through. Fucked up. Call lawyer and lawyer out, but me outshot. Even the phone chirped. Like, that motherfucker opened that bitch up. What was you thinking to get out of that? Lord, judging these fucking peckerwoods. Salakia, it says, you will hear of wars and threats of war, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. And I'm going to say this much. I've always made the statement about me being homeless. I never had to do that shit. Never had to eat nothing off the ground. Never had to eat nothing out of a fucking trash can. Now, to show you how cold the Lord is, at that time when I was homeless, there was a lot of programs out here. I never missed a meal. You had people like, people was show you how ignorant motherfuckers is. Motherfucker had the money to eat, will go get high with the money and go to one of them soup kitchens to eat. Take out of the mouth of somebody that actually needed it. Now, a lot of them programs getting cut, especially with all this funding being cut. And this is all the spirit and the will of Yahweh Shem Shah. Motherfuckers about to suffer. And if you ain't ready to suffer for Yahweh Shem Shah, then you just gonna suffer and be sport for Esau Edom. Because, you could tell the spirit of, Donald Trump, DJ Trump, he's an austere man. And like the elder said, Levi, instruments of cruelty, you know what I mean? Verse 7, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Not saying DJ Trump is a Levite. What I'm saying is, you made me think of that, in Genesis, when it basically, when you're prophesying about when Israel was pretty much prophesying about his 12 sons. Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. And that's spiritual, because I just did a lesson about it's 30,000 tons. You know how much a ton is? That's 2,000 pounds. It's 30,000 of fucking these 2,000 pounds sitting at the dock. You don't think that's about to affect And to show you how retarded this devil is and showing you how cruel he truly is, instead of just opening it up and giving it to the people, here, you're just going to let it waste. That's why I heard an elder say, man, you know, he's not this high or this amazing individual like the world believes. You know, this man is really pretty fucking stupid. It's just, you know, why would you waste that? People would kiss his ass just if you gave it to the people, distributed it to the people. But he's so cruel because his mind and his focus is not on the people. His focus is on getting this enterprise to go on. You know, it's spiritual. It really is. You know, how the elder came across that information about the IOBNT, you know, and pretty much that all goes back to, you know, how everything was systematic. All go back. Because me and a brother used to do these Mark of the Beast updates, these MOB updates, and we would talk about the jump shot, not even going or delving into it as deep as certain brothers went into it, about, you know, the different technology and, you know, I can't think of some of the terms right now, Salakia, but, you know, all that goes hand in hand with this cold police system, because it's a such thing called the Internet of Bodies. So they're going to need to make you an antenna, you know, and to show you how this man, the devil, he putting this shit in the food. That's why we need salvation. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need salvation. You're not going to be, man, how can you escape this? And that's the terrifying thing of it. That's why you really just kind of get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. There's no escaping it. And the beloved elder's vision was, you know, the precursor to that, to show you. He said everywhere you went, everywhere he went in his vision, you couldn't go without, you know, you had to have that. He didn't say nothing about silver or gold or none of that. So, you know, and I remember a brother speaking on that. You know, that's why when I had to go through the little shit I accumulated, because I had that shit for years. And then just blew through it. I ain't really blow through it. I mean, it's been like a year. Well, no, hold on, Salaki. I left the camp in like, what, August? Whatever. It was summertime when that devil came down there. So he going, pretty much it's about to be March. So that's been like at least got like 8-9 months. And I hadn't touched it until I left the camp, you know. So, you know, at the end of the day, the first scripture that popped in my mind was, you know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And at the end of the day, that's solidified in my mind. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to, like, that's not going to save you. Scriptures tell you in the book of Proverbs, richest profit not in the day of wrath. The Lord don't give a fuck about none of that. You know, Ezekiel chapter 7 talks about how they're going to cast their silver and gold in the streets. But Salaki, I'm a little bit all over the place, but like the elder said, this is how, you know, Jake lightweight learn. You know what I mean? But I was thinking about that famine, because that thing, you know, them letting that food rot is going to cause a famine. You know, think about it. What was that in Houston, when pretty much people were so hungry they went to the storefront and was pretty much taking all the old food. I forgot exactly the situation, but they went down there, they were hungry, and they took all the old food, and people couldn't stop them or nothing. So just imagine when, you know, everything stops to a halt. Verse 8, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Verse 10, I'm going to skip. Verse 12, sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. That's what I wanted. You know, sin will be rampant, or it shall abound. It'll be everywhere. It will grow. And the love of many will grow cold. And we know that word cold is saku in the Greek, meaning, we know what cycle means. You know what I mean? Like, you seeing the psychotic shit that's going on. And this article I'm about to bring out is kind of psychotic. But that's the spirit the Lord is putting out here. It talks about your enemies will be of your own household. And we saw how easily that could take place when they try to mandate that jump shot. So be prepared in your mind that, you know, if you truly love the Lord, you might have to give up everything, including your very life. But if once you understand, you know, and that's not everybody's lot. You know, I don't mean to be fear-mongering, but at the same time, the scripture said, through fear of the Most High, we persuade men. You know, we know what power we serve. We know the terribleness of our power. I named my page, the Herald to the King of Terrors. And I remember the beloved elder, how he would go into some of the ways the Lord will take you out. That's how you know it's a heavenly Father. I remember I did a video. It was a guy. I don't know what this man did, but the Lord put him in a cell that was infested with bed bugs to the point where the bed bugs was inside of his actual body. The nurse didn't even want to revive him. Just let him die. He was in there screaming, help, help, help. And he's in a psych ward, so they not giving a fuck. The Lord tortured that man to death. I don't know what he did. He did something that the Lord really hated this man. And he was a Jake. So just imagine what he's going to do to Esau and the 2/3. I mean, well, not the 2/3, to Esau and the heathen. For what they have done to, the apple of the Lord's eye, to Israel. So with that, I'm going to start off. I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Let's say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. It's the brother Yahweh coming at you with another lesson through the spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shah. This lesson is inspired. I was trying to find something to do, a lesson on them on my lunch break. I try to do at least 2 or 3 videos, because that's just the spirit on me right now, I'm glad I'm in that type of spirit, because we need all the spiritual blessings and treasures we can get. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord about to really open up that whole, I remember when my dad would whoop my ass, he might not whoop me immediately. I ain't saying he's savoring it, but, he was really going to lay into my ass, Then it got to the point my dad stopped whooping me with the belt because that wasn't doing enough. He started putting his hands on me, hitting me in my chest. Say it with your chest. But, at the end of the day, not saying that to say that my dad psychologically scarred me, I mean, I can relate now. I got to whoop my daughters because my daughters is that, Jake, man. My daughters is conniving and sneaky, and I love them to death, but at the same time, it makes me wonder, like, damn, yeah, Jake think they slick as fuck. These little girls is little girls and thinking they slick. Look me right in the face, lie, think it's a game, which they children, I understand they don't really fully understand. But I try to explain to them, the Lord got you going through some things just because your mommy not in the picture. And I'm not going to put a woman in the picture. Last time I did that, I watched how Satan came into my household. We ain't going to say how, but he came in there. This woman came in one way, the woman left another way. I watch Satan jump on a female I'll just be talking to. I'm like, God damn, bitch. So we go, what I'm saying? Like, if the Lord got you there, when this shit go down, that's one thing, but we ain't, it's too close to the end to catch a case or anything. Like, I see the failures. I see the setup from all the way over there. Salakia for my rant. I just think about all it, because like Satan really is throwing the kitchen sink right now. Do you know how much shit I got going on? And at the end of the day, what the scriptures talk about, Yahweh Shah said, who is my mother, who is my brother? And he looked at his disciples and said, those that do the work of, or roughly paraphrase, the will and the work of Yahweh Shem Shah, those are my mother, my brother. Your immediate family ain't your real family. And I truly believe that because I'm not amongst the brothers, but I still get comforted by listening to brothers. I was listening to the beloved elder, and he was going into how he probably stealing like metal and shit to probably try to recycle and whatnot. Yeah, that either might looking bad, but he was going into how it's probably gonna the famine of the word coming soon because there's too much going on. Like I said, and at the end of the day, again, they need some kind of major event that people are going to be like, oh, yeah. And these people going to fall for a hook, line, and sinker. Look how easily they fell for, the whole CV type of situation. Just imagine how much they accomplished with that. These people just led to to the slaughter. You know what I mean? I'm going to read the title of the article. I'm not even going to read the article because I've been ranting and speaking. But to show you the spirit that's out here, It says, man headed to take paternity test killed ex-girlfriend and set her on fire. That's the, what, second, third time somebody got set on fire? Because right after that woman in the subway, somebody else set somebody on fire. And that, you know, that's spiritual, but it's also, oh, come on. That's crazy. Satan is busy. Okay, it's right here. It says, man headed to take paternity test, killed ex-girlfriend and set her on fire, abandoned 7-month-old baby. Damn, on the road. Antoine Ware has learned his fate for killing ex-girlfriend Jasmine Dubar in March 2018. And she got pulchritude. You know, she ain't a bad-looking chick. I don't know what possessed him or what she did that she became a demon in that moment that he pretty much did what he did. Yeah, he pretty much trying to go recycle that shit. And then tomorrow he pulled a big ass tub out that bitch. You know, like when you see the videos of the crackhead carrying a refrigerator while he's riding a bike. You know, like superhuman type shit. An Arizona man would spend his life in prison for murdering his ex-girlfriend, setting her body on fire, and abandoning her 7-month-old baby on the side of a road in 2018. I'm talking about overkill to the point where that wasn't that dude, man. Like, that was a spirit jumped on him, flat out. So I'm going to just jump to that. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. Come on, they going to talk about bringing in another life into the world, which the scriptures talk about, woe to them that give suck in that day. You know, he did this in 2018, though. He just found out his fate now. That's crazy. Let's make sure I'm right about that. This is dated February 10th, 2025. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, and they said he set her on fire, and hail. You know, we begin hail in these snowstorms, and famine and death. You know, it's about to be a huge famine with all that food rotting, and death. You know, and there's multiple ways the Lord could take you out and kill you. You know, all these were created for vengeance. You know, and the Lord could use any one of those methods to kill you. Teeth of wild beasts is spiritual because brothers was going into that creature that normally is at a deeper level in the sea. I forgot what it's called, an angler fish, and it was in shallower water. But the scriptures talk about the beast shall change their places. That doesn't just mean on land, you know, because the Lord gonna use His creation to bring judgment. Scriptures talk about teeth of wild beasts. If you see the teeth on this shit, it looked like something on the Ice Age or something. You know what I mean? I forgot what movie it was. I know I didn't watch it, but I might have seen it in passing. You know, my kids watch a lot of movies. I got children, so I might have walked in and seen it. But my point being, yeah, I seen it, like they did a depiction of it, and when you see it, the motherfucker look like a Pac-Man, but with really, this thing look like, you know, just imagine the school of them. You jump in the water trying to get away, and the Lord judge you, man. It says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. You know, the Lord can use all that to judge you. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in His commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress His word. So you're not going to be able to talk your way out of jail. Oh, please, you know, I have a wife and kids. They not going to give a fuck about none of that, you know, because, you know, they created and set up for vengeance, for, you know, to bring forth the Lord's judgment. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also in the last days perilous times shall come. And then when you read all of this, you know, that's an indicator of what time we're in, because it say the last days. Perilous is the Greek word kalapes, meaning dangerous or fierce. This man not only, I mean, you know, that's scary, because like I said again, you would think he'd be in a celebration. Whatever the fuck happened, or, you know, more than likely was a spirit on him, though. You know what I mean? Like I said again, he left the 7-month-old baby. He killed her and burnt her up while she was pregnant. Major judgment. You know, scriptures talk about, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. You know, maybe he just didn't want to have to deal with her. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say? But that's a major form of judgment. The scriptures talk about how the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, judgeth every day. You know, scriptures talk about, you got to be wary of the people, your very family. Because majority of the people, our family is in the world. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got one family member that I could talk to, and she doesn't completely subscribe to the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. I know she probably is something that she's battling with, and that's her battle. But at the same time, again, I see Satan throwing all these little snares, like, and I'm gonna try to do what I can, but I'm not about to stop nothing, for somebody worldly that don't give a fuck about me for real. You know what I mean? Now I can really go into telling you some shit that's gonna give you some heartbreaking, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's my family, that was my lot. Elder Sid made a statement. He was talking about how the Lord might be just dealing with you out of all your family. And my family was fucking wicked. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, everything is wicked if it doesn't subscribe and come back to the obedience of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So, we're going to see way more worse judgments and atrocities. And, like I said, again, the love of many is truly waxing cold. And I was trying to find a video. When I seen that, I said, God damn. Because that was overkill in your mind, but that probably wasn't even, that was just enough to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to appease him. You know what I mean? You sit up there talking about, damn, that's overkill, that's fucked up. No, that was what was required. Her judgment. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28. And it reads, I'm going to start up. Verse 27, all things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son. And he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Ultimately showing you that this is of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not of man. You just can't make yourself get this. It's ultimately if the Lord chooses you to get it. You can't just make yourself a prophet. You can't just make yourself a believer, which is, deep. And like I said again, as much, they pretty much taking hope and mirth and they taking joy out of the world. And these people don't have a comforter. But those that's in the truth, the initiated, we have the comforter. We have the Holy Scriptures. We have the faith. We have the confidence. We have the hope. Verse 28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. And we laboring to bring forth this truth. This is our occupation. This is our duty. This is our job. This is our reasonable service. Making our bodies a living sacrifice. Scriptures tell you in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, here the whole conclusion, the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For an Israelite man, your whole job is to, serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. In truth and in sincerity. You got to say that one. And I can't say who sincerely, is doing the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, who truly believes. Again, I'll never say that. Only Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua knows. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua knows his servants. And then we all fall short. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things I'm embarrassed about, or, I just pray that the Lord have mercy on me, and that's why I'm willing to extend mercy. I pray the Lord don't never put me in a mindset where, he didn't harden my heart. And I was tempted in that regard, Jake did something to me so much. I'm like, God damn it, nobody saying that, nobody thinking about it, because it ain't them. They didn't give a fuck. But I'm glad the Lord did that, because I was able to overcome it and also realize I can't depend on, only thing I could depend on is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, doing what he said he was going to do, And as long as he's leading, and as long as the Spirit's dealing, as long as Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is leading, I'm following. And dealing with those that's like-minded and believe the 100% truth. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. This devil about to come with a heavy burden. At least knowing, when we're required and following Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it's, because this devil is never satisfied. You know, the scriptures talk about in the book of Second Ezra that all that consent unto him shall be had in derision. So put away from the mortal thoughts and the things that's most heavy onto thee, and come back to the obedience of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you will be destroyed. And with that, I heard about it from Sarah, who managed to. So with that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem. Double honors to the elders, to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith, with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord willingly to edify. Till next time, Lord willingly, shalom, shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, and Wath Lababal.